Hey everybody, this is Dr. Michael Breus, the sleep doctor, and I wanted to tell you about something really special that happened recently with one of the emails that I sent out. There was a tremendous response from everyone about a new best-selling book out called Glow 15. It's a science-based way to lose weight, revitalize your skin, and invigorate your life. Why did we get such a response? Probably because this is the first book that actually where sleep is addressed as a core component of weight loss and feeling revitalized and invigorated. And I was just so excited about it, I had to reach out. So due to the tremendous response, I actually reached out to the author, Miss Namomi Whittel, and she is the author of Glow 15. And we actually collaborated together on a particular section of her book that's called Glow to Sleep. Naomi has graciously agreed between all of her media appearances to spend a little bit of time with us to get to know us better and to explain to us why this book really is a revolution in weight loss. So Naomi, I wanted to thank you for being with us all. So thanks for coming in today.
Dr. Michael Breus, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And we're going to talk about what's really my favorite subject, which incorporates sleep and exercise and all of these simple things that we can do. And I can't wait to get started.
All right. Well, so let's kind of dig in. You know, I'm super excited to educate everyone, and many people don't know this, but the science behind Naomi's book is actually based on Nobel Prize winning research. But before we get into that, Naomi, if you wouldn't mind, tell us a little bit about how did you get interested in the new science called autophagy, and what does that word even mean?
So I got interested in autophagy completely by accident. I was traveling to Calabria, Italy, which is where this special citrus fruit called the citrus bergamot grows. And the reason I was going to Calabria, Italy, is I was working with scientists there on how the research that they've done has shown that this special citrus bergamot fruit actually helps to balance blood sugar levels and has a huge impact on both our good cholesterol, helping to raise it, and then our bad cholesterol, helping to reduce it.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's only a small part of the world where you get this special fruit. It's like a 20-mile region. And
Oh,
so I
wow.
went over there, and one of the scientists that I met started talking to me about this weird word, autophagy, which in Greek means auto, self, and phagy, to eat. So self-eating. And what
What?
she explained to me, yeah, it's so weird, right?
That's weird.
She told me that this self-eating mechanism is something that we have in every single one of our cells. And if we can just sort of activate it and help it to do its job and act like a little Pac-Man and clean out the junk in our cells, we're
Right.
going to have more energy, more vitality, look better, feel better. And so I became obsessed. And that was about 4 years ago.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So there's something inside us that can be turned on like a switch and it will help our cells clean themselves out and make us feel better, lose weight and even feel more vital and have more energy.
Yeah, and I think that the most amazing part about it, Dr. Breus, is the simple idea that this is something that we all have inside of our bodies. We don't have to buy anything. We don't have to, change our lives dramatically. We just have to understand that we can simply activate something that's already in our bodies. And that to me is so empowering.
I mean, I would agree with you. What is there a significance to the number 15? I know the book is called Glow 15, and I know we can see a lot of results fairly quickly, but what's so special about 15?
So when I first learned about Autophagy, obviously I was excited and I wanted to know more. And so what I did is I started to look at all of the easy and simple ways I could activate it in my own body. So I looked at the way I was exercising, the foods I was eating, the way I was sleeping, and even the products, the nutritional supplements that I was taking. And I found that very simple changes to what I was doing would activate the autophagy inside of my body. And so excited about that, I wanted to test it on everybody else in my world. So I got my friends and my family to start testing it. And then I thought, okay, these results are so powerful. I will do a study, a clinical study. And so we took a bunch of women that were, you know, CEOs, administrative assistants, deans of colleges, all types, mothers, just all varieties of women, all different types of women. And what we did is we put them into an 8-week program to activate their autophagy through exercise, through food, through sleep, and all of the women were able to achieve results in just 50 days.
Wait, say that again. They all achieved results in 15 days?
Every single woman in the clinical study that we did at Jacksonville University, this lifestyle study to activate autophagy, every single one of them achieved results in 15 days. I mean, Dr. Breus, I had one woman that reached out to me and said, oh my gosh, I lost 7 pounds in 15 days. Another woman, she went out to dinner and she got carded and she's in her mid-40s.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was so exciting. But the one that I think, all of them gave me responses, but the one that really touched my heart was the woman who had gotten to that place in her life where she felt invisible and that people, you know, couldn't see her and she just didn't feel good about herself and her confidence had gone way down.
Right.
And she wrote to me and told me, oh my gosh, I have so much more feelings of confidence inside of me. I want to get up in the morning. I want to look my best. That momentum that she gained over 15 days, just, it melted my heart.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty amazing. Okay, all right, you've got me convinced. So what are some examples of how can we activate this autophagy inside of us? How would we do something like that? Do you have any examples?
Sure. So the way, and there are so many easy examples.
Oh, good.
In my book, Glow 15, I have 100 different ways that we can activate it, but I wanted to give you like the simplest and fastest ways to do it.
Perfect.
So if you want to activate autophagy, which is, again, it cleans out the junk that's inside of our cells, it detoxifies the unnecessary pollutant that's in our cells, and also helps to recycle a lot of the junk that builds up and accumulates. If you want to do that, then simply exercise. But I don't want you to exercise a lot, right? Less actually happens to be more. So every other day, I want you to exercise for 30 minutes, and you can either do high intensity exercise or you can do interval training for 30 minutes, and that activates the autophagy. So doing the things that you normally do, but doing it in a less is more and specific type.
Well, you don't have to twist my arm to do less exercise, because that sounds like music to my ears. Interesting. Now, I know in the nutrition section of your book, you talk a lot about fat. Why is fat so important to have in our diet? Because for years and years, people have been telling us, get rid of fat, get rid of fat. Why are you saying fat is good?
Oh, this is absolutely my favorite part of the book. So you will see no calorie counting in my book. I don't believe in counting calories. I believe in embracing fat, because when you embrace fat and you get enough fat grams in your day, basically what you're doing is activating your autophagy. Autophagy loves good fat, right? So good fats can come from macadamia nuts, from avocados, from olive oil. There's so many ways to get the good fats into your diet. And the way that we do it in Glow 15 is simply, there's a principle that I use, which is fat first, carbs last. So you're going to start your day with fat. And I always start mine with like half of an avocado or a whole avocado, whatever it might be. You start your day with fat, which helps to balance your blood sugar throughout the day and keeps, the insulin from not spiking and going up and down like often happens when people start their day with carbs. So for me, it allows me to have way more energy, reduce my cravings, activate my autophagy, and just feel my very best self. And it also helps me to focus. And then at the end of the day is when you eat your carbs. So if at night you're eating some carbs, that's when your body is repairing. And it also helps you when your cortisol levels are at their lowest at the end of the day. It also helps you to go to sleep.
Oh yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So so far, this is pretty ridiculous. So you're telling me that I can exercise roughly 30 minutes every other day. I can have high good fat in my diet, and all of this is good for my body because it will help my body clean out the toxins, feel better, and feel more revitalized. Honestly, you had me at less exercise and more fat, but of course, the part that I'm super interested in is the part that we worked on together, which has to do with sleep. So why is sleep such an important part of your plan?
So this was the part of the plan, Dr. Bruce, that we struggled with the most during the study. So as we were going through the study, the women, we were checking in with them once a week and just sort of getting feedback on what was working, what we need to maybe think about after the study was complete that we would change.
Hmm.
And the women told us, we love this plan, but I'm still not sleeping as well or as much as I need to. And I feel like the plan hasn't really helped me. And so that's when I came to you, and I just didn't know where to go
Right.
with the sleep part of it. And so then we started to talk.
Yeah.
And what I learned was that we needed to, in order to activate autophagy while we sleep, which is really when we activate it almost at its highest levels, we
Okay.
needed to get our circadian rhythm into check. And so a lot of the women were off balance. And so
Right.
what we did is we started with so what we did was started learning what our chronotypes were.
So that's obviously, as everybody out there knows, that's my big thing and has been for quite a long time, is knowing and understanding your chronotype. Now, I know that you used more of a historic look at chronotypes based on the some of the scales that were done in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, which are very, very accurate and very impressive as well. I know that in the book, you actually have a quiz that people can take to help them identify their chronotypes, using more of the traditional early bird and night owl sort of ideas behind it. But that's super duper important for people, is that this works, hand in glove with the power of when and all of the things that I've been doing. So this is perfect, 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 because you and I really worked hard together to kind of get that going. So if women are having some problems with sleep, I know that one of the sections in the book, you talked about the 3 Bs for better sleep. Maybe you could give us just a little bit of secrets that you reveal in the book in Glow 15 about the 3 Bs for better sleep.
Thank you, Bruce. I just would want to sort of give you a shout out for teaching us about our chronotypes. Yes, the traditional way is useful, but I really found that once we started to incorporate what you taught us about the nuances with getting your circadian rhythm
Right.
activated to work with autophagy, it makes all the difference. So
Yeah.
out of that came these 3 Bs. So the 3 Bs are bedroom, their brain, and
Body.
excuse me. So the 3 Bs are bedroom, brain, and body. So let's start with the bedroom. The
All right.
bedroom is such an important environment to have good hygiene in. So
Right.
making sure that the temperature in the room is low enough, 68 degrees, somewhere around there where it's
Right.
nice and cool,
Right.
where our phones, all of our electronics are outside of our bedroom, and making
Exactly.
sure that it's also dark enough, right? Like these
Right.
are things that are important for the bedroom, just that bedroom hygiene, and that makes a huge difference. And then with the body, I like to really make sure that on the days when we're exercising, we know that that helps to get our body into a place where we can sleep better, we sleep longer. So exercise and getting our body into that place where we're really benefiting is extremely important. And then, of course, the brain. I loved the example that you gave us because I'm a type A and so many others are. And our brains, it seems like at night, just go berserk, right? They
Right.
won't stop. And so counting backwards from 300 in threes always gets me there. And there's a lot of ways at night where we can just use different meditation to slowly allow ourselves to fall into a more restful state.
You've studied, and grasshopper, you have figured it out. It is you've got it, nailed it, right on the money. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. I love the idea of the brain, the body, and the bedroom, right? And you're right. When we look at the bedroom, we want it to be conducive to sleep, a great sleep environment. course, the body has to do with our exercise, and the brain has to do with sort of calming our brains down before bed. You know, as everybody knows, I say it all the time, sleep is not an on-off switch. It's more like slowly pulling your foot off the gas and slowly putting your foot on the brake. There's a process that has to occur. And sometimes with our type A brains going, it's really hard to slow that down. So I like the tips and the tricks that you're giving in the book, of course. And you know, for everybody out there, knowing your chronotype, following it actually increases the likelihood of autophagy actually maximizing and helping our bodies to lose weight and revitalize. I mean, honestly, I love this stuff. I'm so excited that you decided to put sleep in as part of a weight loss regimen for people. And really, I want to be clear to everybody, Glow 15 is not just another weight loss book. Not at all. This is really about a whole life transformation. And it's so easy. I mean, literally in 15 days, women were seeing a massive difference just by following the steps in the book. So I'm really excited. I have a 100% recommendation for Glow 15. So anybody out there that's following me, the next thing you need to get right here, right now, is you need to get the Glow 15 book. It's amazing. It's got some really great information in it. You've heard it here from the author herself, who's also pretty amazing. But I wanted to thank you, I want to thank you, Naomi, for participating in my very first ever Author's Corner here with the Sleep Doctor. And if people want more information about Glow 15, where should they go to get it?
Oh gosh, Dr. Breus, I'm so happy that you have this Author's Corner. It's such a privilege to be your first guest. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And Glow 15 is available everywhere. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's even at GNC. And my goal is for as many women that read this book to understand that there are simple and easy ways that we can outsmart so many of the challenges that we deal with, from pollution to the stresses we have in our life. And there are very fast and simple ways to really give ourselves the most vitality. And you're right, it is a lifestyle. So thank you.
It's awesome. This is a life book. This is about how to get more out of life book. Naomi, thank you so much. This is Dr. Michael Breus wishing everybody out there sweet dreams and Glow 15.
Thank you.